What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here with a super awesome video. Now, I'm not just making that up. You guys said it the last time I did a Halloween version of this actual video where I broke down what actual types of journals and diaries and coloring books sell within Halloween. And I'm not just talking about, hey, guys and girls, sell some Halloween notebooks, sell some Halloween journals. I mean, do witches sell better than werewolves? Do werewolves sell better than vampires? All that good stuff and a heck of a lot more. But this time I cover good old Christmas. So who's gonna win this time, Santa or Rudolph, or who is it? Could it be a surprise guest that we've never seen before during Christmas? I'll give you guys a hint. It actually blends with Halloween. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and review what is selling or what sold last year in the Christmas niche 2019. And I'm gonna pretend I have a time machine again, travel through time and tell you guys what to prepare for, what to make, and what's gonna crush it Christmas 2020. So let's go ahead and jump straight in. All right, so we're here on my screen share, and as usual, there's two tools you can use for this, and let me tell you why I don't like the first tool. The first tool is market intelligence, and the primary reason why I don't like it, and why I don't like it to find previous hot niches. And what I mean by that is, again, remember, we're gonna be looking back as if we had a time machine and going back Christmas of 2019 and being able to tell which books are hot, and more specifically, what types of Christmas books are hot. Was it journals with reindeers on them? Was it journals with Santa Claus? Was it journals with unicorns? Which notebook was selling best over a year ago to date during Christmas? And that's going to be able to allow us to almost have a crystal ball and predict what will do well in 2020. So the reason I don't like using market intelligence is because when I filter everything out, I cannot put a keyword for an individual product, which brings back a bunch of junk products like this. Like, why on earth am I ever going to create a journal with the Leaning Tower of Pizza, yes, I did say pizza on purpose, as a student travel guide for a Christmas gift? Like, literally, who knows if anybody will buy that shit this time around? But the reality is, that's why I've gone and started to use Black Box from Helium 10. So let me kind of break down the actual filters that I use so you can do it too, or you can just follow along and see what kind of ideas you see while I'm actually on this video. And if there's enough interest in the boxes below, I might even do a live stream where I step by step go over everything and kind of show hundreds of books so you guys don't have to go through the trouble of subscribing to this somewhat expensive tool. And it can be very expensive for those of us that are brand new. So let's go over the settings that I actually use. First and foremost, we want to put category books. And then this is the important part. Right here on title keyword search, we can search for anything we want. We could put journal, we could put diary, we could put sticker books, any type of book that we've had, but I'm just going to go with the easy one and the most obvious elephant in the room, which is Christmas. So I'm going to do Christmas. And one other thing that you can actually do here is you can pick the best sales period. Right now I've selected December 2019, but you can go back and put November 2019. You can even do October and see what started to sell well moving up into Christmas. So those are my advanced filters. After that, I'm just going to go ahead and hit search. And what it's going to do is it's going to sneak up on you. This is like a sneaky prison attack. It might even shank you if you don't pay close attention, but it's going to list them down here and they'll already be up there. They list pretty quickly. That's also what I love about Helium 10, how quickly it indexes. And it tells me that there's over 200 products found. So what I like to actually usually do is I usually like to filter this out. And I did monthly sales units high to low because I want to see what sold the most. And quickly and easily, I can see that that was a Nightmare Before Christmas book. Now, obviously, we will not be able to create this because that would be trademark infringement, but pay close attention to what follows after that. Here we have a Christmas coloring book, an adult coloring book. Already, boom. And here's the stats that I like to take from this. You'll see that sometimes it'll show here last year's sales. It doesn't this time, but it did for me earlier. So that could just be a temporary glitch. You can go back there and hit search again, and there's a possibility that it actually shows up, and it didn't. You can also see the sales trend the last 90 days. So this one has already been peaking up at 100+%, which means things are heating the hell up, as if we're a big kid in a sauna. So don't be a big kid in a sauna. Usually I'm that big kid and I heat up a heck of a lot faster than the littler ones. So this one's heating up faster than most of those, but so's this Christmas coloring book for adults. And if we keep going, here's a Christmas songbook. Here's an I Spy Christmas, which here you can see some previous data. So this is where it gets sexy. These two were not for sale, so that's why they didn't show up. I didn't realize that at first, but now I see that. This one here sold over 3,000 units last year, and it's spiking up at plus 80% within the past 90 days, which things Again, things are heating up as if you're in the sauna, right? And so if we keep looking around Christmas and Camelot, Night Before Christmas book, take a look at this one, 3,500 sales. And again, it's heating up. Here's the legend of an old Befana. I don't know, I can't read, so obviously you guys can see that. And a bunch of other just like Christmas books and stuff like that. But if we really want to niche it down, what we can actually go into this is we can go into, here's a word search puzzle, which is brand new, but already heating up at plus 135%. And that is word search for Christmas related words. So again, it goes to show you how hot this shit can really get. Here's a Christmas patterns adult coloring book, already heating it up at plus 73%. So if you haven't already started, now is the time, folks, to jump on in there. Here's some brain games, Christmas word searches. Again, all these are heating it up. Here's a coloring book for kids. And then again, when you have this information available for you, you can click into here and start to investigate what's going on with this. So with this one here, already 153 ratings, which means it started to sell at some point last year. It doesn't have the sales data in Helium-10, which is kind of interesting, but you can kind of look through that if you have Keepa and see what happened. And you can also see what the bestseller rank is for this, which is 61,000, which is excellent right now since we're barely in September, which means it's going to light it up, literally. And so we click into this Christmas book. We can also look at the first pages and what's happening on there. And pretty much in general, everything's heating up. Everything's heating up that's for sale for Christmas. So we can look through here, we can see what kind of actual drawings there are, and we can kind of see like, can we replicate this? But again, this gives us an idea for how we can market our other books. So those of you that complain, hey, I've got one hot seller, but the rest of them sell like shit, this is exactly what you do. You do something like these people did so that you can sell all your stuff all together. An entire shit pile for sale, like I always say, and that'll work really well. So going back to this, we can literally comb all these pages and literally have hundreds and hundreds of ideas. So let me show you a quick thing that you can actually do to find out more specifically what's selling in a particular niche. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put the word diary in here. I'm not gonna put Christmas in front of it. I'm not gonna do any of that, but I can go another time and put Christmas in front of that and see what pops up. And we can see that Diary of a Zombie, Diary of a Wimpy Kid are all the hot sellers. Let's go ahead and order this by something different since obviously we'll go in and do monthly sales. I'm going to go BSR low to high. So I want to see what's selling the hottest here. And is Wimpy Kid, it's the Diary, the Farting Creeper, or maybe I'm just seeing things. But here we are, Diary of a Dork, Ticket Stub Diary. Like, what is that even? But again, it goes to show that some of this crap is actually selling last year, $37.95. And this is basically, I just got it, duh. I might be the last person on the face of the earth that got this, but this is somebody that's going to a ton of different concerts. Now, obviously, this might not be that hot this year, but in the years to come, it could be, but it still gives you some other ideas for what kind of diaries that I would have personally never even thought of had I not just done this search right now. So it's where you put your tickets from previous concerts. And we can keep going and see what else pops up. Dusky Meadow Journal, Adventure in Camping, Camping RV Journals. If this doesn't tell you that those are hot and over 1,000 units sold during December last year, which means people are buying this as a gift, which means you should be making one of these, right? Look at this, Diary of a Fifth Grade Outlaw. These are all kind of very popular actual books, but here's a Sloth's Journal. Sloth's Journal last year sold 1,424. And again, it has that cutesy pattern that we studied in the previous composition journals that crushed it, and we're crushing the new releases. So a lot of information that we can gather here, and we can literally go through this for hours and hours and get dozens and dozens, probably even hundreds of ideas if you just take the time, effort, and energy, put it and devote it to actually researching this and going through it one at a time. Now, it could be worthwhile to just get Helium-10 for 1 month to do all your Christmas research and then cancel it thereafter. And I think you also have a bit of a trial period, but here's a cute corgi butt notebook, 309 sales last year. I'm imagining that actually ranking for corgi butt isn't that difficult, as long as you take the time, effort, and potentially put in a little money into it, but it could generate you over 300 sales for this particular books during December only. We're not talking about year round and how well you can do all time with it, but here's a cat kaleidoscope or some kind of thing that it looks like. So a lot of different things that you can look at again, and all you got to do is change up these actual words. So I can also do Christmas coloring book, but I can also do Christmas diary or Christmas journal. Any one of those would work out. And once again, it's just repeating the process over and over of looking for these little words, making perhaps an entire list of words, and like I said, getting it for 1 month and then doing this research so that you have hundreds and hundreds of actual ideas. Now, it does help when you actually learn how to spell, so that's obviously something that I have not done very well. And those of you that spell obviously have a huge advantage to me. This one right here, sure, let me drop everything and work on your problem. 6x9 journal, all it has is words, and it sold almost 1,000 units last year for Christmas. Again, here's another one. All I want for Christmas is a screaming goat. Like, who in the hell would ever even come up with that shit? I can't even make that stuff up on the fly like I usually do. So you guys, huge advantage. That thing sold for $8.98. Only 25 sold, but literally, how long would it take somebody to put this together? It's just a goat vector and just being able to put font on an actual journal. So I know any of you out there can do it. Obviously, you're all very artistically talented, much more talented than I am. And hopefully this goes to show you guys all the different things that you can use with these tools or do with these tools, as well as a couple different ideas. Here's a diary of a badass vegan. Didn't have any sales last year, but already up 11% in the past 90 days. So I can guess that it will have sales. But any questions or comments, please post them below. I always personally answer them, and I will see you guys in the next video.